Hey skaters, it's Stace here from Next Edge Tutorials, and today I'm going to be showing you the 5-step Mohawk sequence. Now in today's lesson, we are going to be looking at the 5-step Mohawk sequence. A lot of associations will use this pattern for testing so that you're able to move up or just to work on the quality of your skating. We're gonna take a look at the pattern. I'm gonna skate it out so that you have two different views. Then we're gonna break it down a bit more, and I'm gonna give you some helpful pointers so that you can really learn this pattern. Now we're ready to take a look at the pattern. I will do some intro steps just to get some speed. You will also hear me call the Mohawk a C-step throughout. So it's exactly the same thing. You're just gonna hear me say C-step instead of Mohawk. Now let's take a look at the patterns. So that's your pattern moving down the ice. There are 5 lobes to this pattern. Now, I'm gonna follow you going down the ice just so that it's a different angle and that you might see something that you didn't see before. So before we take a look at this pattern one more time, I want you to click on the link below in the description for your free PDF guide on the 4 turns that we have in figure skating. It has a diagram of what the turns look like, inside, outside. It has 3 turns, bracket, counters, rockers, so it goes over all our turns that we have, and it's that little extra bit of knowledge that you want in figure skating. Okay, now I'm gonna start off with my intro steps. I'm gonna go left, right, left, and then I start C-step, push back, step forward, slip the foot. 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 And this is your last lobe. C-step, push back, step forward, slip the foot. Again, 5 lobes. And like I said before, I'm just gonna call that, instead of Mohawk, I'm just calling it a C-step. So the steps are exactly the same. Now we're gonna break it down a bit more because I want to move to an axis. That way you can see on one side of the axis, we do one set, and then on the other side, we do another set. So let's move to the blue line now. So let's break down this sequence a bit more. So as you can see, I have my lovely blue line here. I'm going to start out with a right to left C-steps, and my shoulders and arms are gonna be inside my circle. So I'm gonna go C-step, push back, my shoulders go parallel. I push into my left arm when I step onto the left foot. The foot slips and the shoulders and arms open. Then we go the other side. C-step, parallel, push into the right arm this time, then slip and hold. And then C-step, square, push into the left, and then slip the foot. So my shoulders, let's talk about the shoulders and what's going on there. So if I'm going to a right to left leg, so right arm is in front, pushing onto that right leg. 1, 2. Then we have push back 3. Step forward 4, slip the foot 5. And that's why it's called the 5-step Mohawk sequence, because there's only 5 steps involved. So one side we do 5, then the other side we do another 5. So let's take a look again one more time at the pattern. We're gonna go down the ice, and what I want you to think about is an imaginary axis running all the way down and placing those 5 steps on one side of the axis and the other 5 on the other side. So again, I'm gonna do 3 intro steps to get some speed. If you need a bit more, feel free to add some more. So I'm gonna go left, right, left. Now I imagine my imaginary line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In our last lobe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you can see, there is no permanent line going down the ice. So I just have to imagine, okay, there's my imaginary line. I want to do one side 5 and then on the other side 5. Now let's break it down a bit more. And what I want you to focus on is on that on the C step, that the arms are inside the circle, holding. Then I'm going to use that push back and they're going to go parallel. Then as I'm about to move forward onto that push onto my left, I start opening my left shoulder so that I can stroke onto that left outside edge and then slice through and slip. And then I'm ready for the other side. We're gonna do it again, and then after that, I'm gonna give you my top 3 things that I want you to focus on while doing this pattern. So again, I'm gonna use 3 intro strokes. You can use more, or you can even use less if you want to. So I'm gonna go left, right, left. Now I start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now edges are inside, inside, outside, outside, inside, 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 outside, outside, inside. So you have on that C step, inside, inside, we have a back outside edge. Then we have a forward outside edge. Then we have a forward inside edge. Now let's talk about some things that I want you to focus on while doing the pattern. And the first thing that I want you to focus on is the sizing of your lobes moving down the ice, because we know we had to fit in 5 sets. So if you start off and you have this nice set over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then all of a sudden you go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you go back to small again, it's gonna throw your pattern completely off and you will not be able to fit in the 5 moving down the ice. Now, our second thing that I want you to focus on is making sure that you stop your arms and your shoulders for a split second. It will help you to not do a helicopter motion around. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. So if you push for the 5 step and you don't stop your shoulders and arms, they just keep whipping around. And it makes you go faster with your feet. So what I want you to do is pay attention. I want you to stop for a split second every single time. So we have C step, pulse, push back, step forward, and hold. Do you see how I'm stopping that position for a split second every single time? Because I want to maintain and hold that edge also. So when I focus on my arms and shoulders stopping, it helps me do the pattern correctly. And now the third thing I want you to focus on while doing this pattern is your extensions. They are so important. They will place you on the edge also, and it just looks better. So this is what I'm talking about. When we don't do extensions, I find that you just drop onto the leg, push back, drop, drop, and hold. By doing the extensions, it helps me stretch everything out. Push back and hold, push and hold. I'm constantly thinking about pointing the toe. Bend, push, hold. Bend, push, hold. Bend, push, hold. Bend, push, hold. That is something that's so important. When you focus on extensions, you also get this really nice knee and ankle action going, because it makes me gather, then push and hold. Gather, push and hold, gather, and slip the foot. So the third thing is extensions. And the fourth bonus that I want you to focus on, after you have all of that, is adding arms. Why not? There's nothing that says that you can't use arms while doing this. So when I take that C step, I might go push, lift, push back, and hold, and then add a little wrist there. And then C step, take the arms up, push back, hold, step, and slip. It just makes the pattern look enjoyable, and it's also really, really fun to do. So that concludes our lesson today on the 5-step Mohawk sequence. Now, Go and check out your association and the pattern because they will point out what they want to see more in order for you to pass the test. Thanks for watching Next Ed Tutorials and looking forward to seeing you in our next lesson.